Hello there. This is Nostrovini. You see my Nostrovini shirts? It's what I look like when I have my beard on. I don't have my beard on now. It says clean shaven, young and looking Nostrovini you have on your hands. Now, my British cousins or my London loonies, are you out of your minds? You you want to challenge Usyk with your best prospect in 25 years before he's ready, before he's been tested, when he fought some old man who's made to order for him. I didn't say he's an old man, but he's made to order. Even under his prime, Colin White, whatever, Dylan White, was prone to getting uppercuts. He was knocked out really flat a few times. The guy was made to order, and what you have to do is before Moses can part the Red Sea of Usyk from his title, he has to fight at least 7 guys. 20 fights, that's all he needs. And then he'll be at the peak of his power. Now, this is what he should do. Jeremiah Franklin, 23-2 with 15 KOs, never been stopped, very durable. If he can knock that guy out, and the guy has fought guys like big punches, like a big punches. Well, I can't remember Joshua. He fought Joshua, big puncher, and he fought and never looked like he was going to get knocked down. And he fought uh Dylan White, big puncher. He'll give him rounds. And that's what he needs. Then by the time uh Dylan White he gets through with Dylan White, he should fight somebody who maybe another Michael Hunter, a boxer, 20, what is it? 24-1 with 17 KOs, a bit of a mover and a sticker and a spoiler. A very good opponent for the great Moses, because he has skills, and he should fight somebody like Gerald Ensign, 18-1, another boxer puncher, but on another level, and a young guy. And he would have the skills to give rounds and also test Moses against somebody who can move a little bit and who's a good boxer. Because he hasn't fought anybody like that. He's fought big galoops who are past their primes, and he's fought guys who can't take a punch no more, like White, who can never take a really good punch, and from a speed puncher. Now, let me tell you something. I would the 7 men before he has 20 fights that he should fight at his peak. Rome Franklin, Felipe Horovic, 19-1 with 14 KOs, big guy, just got cut, so the cut has to heal. Michael Hunter, 24-1 with 17 KOs. Richard Torres, a pressure fighter. Richard Torres Jr., 13-0 with 11 KOs. Good jaw. He probably take some fight and he'll be a little dangerous because of styles. He'll pressure Mr. Moses, and we'll see if Moses can suppose to knock him out. Alfia Aljugabriya, 20-1 with 14 KOs. Paul, good boxer puncher, and in his prime. Never been stopped. All right? Never been stopped. Monte Piccolo, 21-1, 2-1. Now, people underestimate him because he got knocked out in 2 rounds, or what is it, 3, by Parker. This is ridiculous. They brought him in a plane. He hadn't trained. He was fat. He was just out of the airport, and they have him fighting a top fighter. And Parker knocked him cold. Of course, you can't come into a gym with plane fatigue, and it was the best worst circumstances. The guy, if he's in shape, he gets his grade down, he has fast hands, a good chin, and he could give my Mr. Moses supposes a hard time. Those are about the 7 guys you should be fighting before he gets a title shot, which should happen really when people would be screaming for it, should happen about a year from now. Yeah, fight every 2 months. If he's really good, he won't be that much damage from these fights. That's what they used to do. When Ken Norton there, he used to, at least when he was making his comeback and he was fighting good fighters, but not great fighters, don't go for the money. Go for the winning the title, and then once you got it, and you give yourself the best chance. Now, even with all that, Oh, the Alexander Zuvik, eyes like to call them crazy eyes, has probably is an all-time great in any era. If he had fought in 1950s and 60s and 70s, he would have been 6'4". He fought at 200 pounds, and he was an excellent boxer. He might have beaten Joe Louis. I don't think so, but he could. Or Muhammad Ali, maybe. But don't forget, Muhammad Ali had 3 years of his prime time taken away from him. So we never saw Muhammad Ali at his best. We saw Muhammad Ali fighting fairly easy opposition, and then like Cleveland Williams shot in the belly, and good guys. Zorfoli, old man. Uh, he was fighting John Travallo, basically just a slugger who didn't have the skills of not enough firepower, not a Marciano. Anyway, I digress. What should happen here is in the meantime, while he gets experience, Moses gets experience, Usyk could be fighting Joseph Parker, who deserves a title shot. And it'll be an interesting fight. He probably, even at his best, he will not be able to beat Usyk because Usyk will take him apart slowly. They have trouble because Parker can punch and box, but Parker has been floored by lesser punchers, and it will be an interesting fight. And now he deserves the title shot. Then he should fight Ekit Kubraev, 26-0 with 18 kills. And this is a good fight for him. Body puncher, pressure fighter, good jaw, but he's been floored. He was floored. Who floored him? He was floored by the Chinese guy, Zangabang. And he can take a punch, but he's not invincible. And I think he might be the best, most formidable guy that Usyk can fight. But Usyk will knock him out or outpoint him handily, after a tough fight. Now, Tyson Fury. Tyson is deluded. I hate to see, another fight. He's proven himself against Tyson. He decisively beat him. Tyson Fury thinks he won those fights. I think they should do a sonogram on the goddamn guy's brain. He lost. He almost got knocked out in one of the fights. In the third fight, Usyk will knock him out. This I think is going to happen. Then, after all this time, Moses will be ready. He'll be at his peak. He would have fought the seven opponents. Usyk will have fought in his guys, and he will have cleared out the division except for Moses. And if Moses at his best could fight Usyk at his best, but Usyk won't be at his best. Usyk is probably better now than he ever was. And I think Usyk would beat him, but it's a really good chance that Moses, if he has a good chin, and if he has the stamina, could beat Usyk. Could happen. I think it could be a Joe Louis Max Schmeling first fight. I think Usyk might take him apart. What's going to happen when he really starts to get nailed? The fight goes deep. And they say, well, everybody who was in his gym thinks he was great and he had great sparring, and he always more than held his own with the top heavyweights. This is a gym fight. In the gyms, you wear the big gloves, you have the hats on, the helmets on, and you're not trying to take each other's heads off. That's not the point of a gym. That's what you in Philadelphia in 1975, where they used to kill each other before they even got in the ring. No. So unless what you need is Moses to be seasoned, like fine food, and then go up against Usyk at his best. And that will be a classic. It will be as if Jack Dempsey fought Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano fought Sonny Liston, Gene Tunney fought Muhammad Ali. See, understand what I'm saying? That's what would be nice. That's what I would like. At their peaks. See, as I say, Joe Louis lost some of his peak years when he went into the military. Joe Louis, when he went into the military, what, 1943, 42? He was never the same when he came out and he fought Jersey Joe Walcott. He had lost a step or two. People aged faster then, and he probably had a little bit of a soft life in the military. Now, Muhammad Ali, from 68 to 70, he didn't fight, 2 years at least. And he lost his prime London years. So we'll never see what Muhammad Ali could have been. Could is Usyk the greatest fighter in history? One of them. He's top 10. You can't say he would have beaten, I think he would have given fits to Muhammad Ali. Tom Prime Muhammad Ali. He would have given fits to Mike Tyson. Yeah, yeah, because he has power and he has a great deal of power. But but Prime Tyson at his best, not Prime Tyson just not training well and being managed by idiots. Okay, we're gonna go here. This is why I try to educate you for why I love me. And I get distracted by my own face. You're a beautiful man, Vincent. You're a beautiful man, my gotcha. You're a beautiful man, yes, indeed. And dooba dooba dooba, dooba dooba dooba. Loony London ladies, calm down, won't ya? You're gonna rush your golden goose and get his goose cooked. Now, I know the young guy thinks he can take everybody, and that's part of being young. But if he gets taken apart and embarrassed by Usyk, it'll be a catastrophe. Why not wait a year and a half, and he'll be ready? And Usyk will not get old overnight. He hasn't taken that much damage. He looks better than ever. Imagine, in our time, we could have two all-time greats, and two things could happen. Usyk could lose to and pass the baton to the new generation, or Usyk could defeat the new generation. After Usyk is gone, if Moses is as good as they say, he'll rule the roost. And then we'll try to fight Usyk again until Usyk, doesn't fight. I don't know what's going to happen in that fight. Um, Moses, if he has a chin and has stamina, will be a difficult opponent. But Usyk is more durable, I believe, and also wiser, and also well trained. He will not lose because he's not up to par. And this was a great thing of Moses. I know you English are over anxious. This guy fights a guy who's questionable, and even in his prime, and all of a sudden you got him going against a guy who's as good as a heavyweight can be. Tyson Fury, my God, he must have been hit in the head worse than we thought. He lost. He almost got knocked down. You may even give Usyk his toughest fight, but he has nothing to prove against you. He beat you decisively twice. That'll be interesting, though. As an event, Tyson Fury against Usyk is a great event, and you could have it, and Usyk will make his money. Now, for my friend Usyk, what I would do, and you have to take a pay cut, do what Ali did. He ran around the world. So do a fight in Australia and New Zealand. You'll have to take a pay cut, but you advertise your country. Go do a big fight in Germany. Let's see, this is what I would do. I would fight Parker in New Zealand. I would fight the guy who's a weight champion. I forget his name. Oh, my brain is going in Australia. And I would fight the German Kurd in Germany, and I fight Tyson Fury in Africa. I mean in London, and then you could fight Moses anywhere. Maybe in Arabia where they want to take over boxing to an extent, and that would be an incredible fight. And there would be a lot of drama involved because you never know. If you are the new Tyson, you can generate that power and that speed and all that stuff. You just may pass the baton, but not pass it. I'll be ripped from Usyk's hands. But I kind of think Usyk is going to rule as long as he doesn't deteriorate because he likes training. A lot of these people are saying, I think he should go off into the sunset. He has to establish he has nothing to prove. This is a guy who always has something to prove. And as long as he is good and loves his work, he'll be okay. It's not until he feels really he's deteriorating and, doesn't want to do it no more. He just wants a little rest in between these situations so he could be with his family and his church. Anyway, that's my advice. Ah, let's see. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Let's see. Nostrini. Yes, sorry. And also, I'm 66, so I'm old enough to remember the heyday of Muhammad Ali. And he has some, he was a great fighter. He fought Joe Frazier, he fought John Foreman, but he also fought guys like John Pierre, Richard Dunn in easy defenses when he passed his prime. Usyk has not done that. And he should, and the guys he would fight are not, Parker. Okay, let's do with the Parker. Parker is a good fighter. And he has a multitude of talents and he's his best right now with a good training. He would be an excellent opponent for Usyk to really fight, and he'll get knocked out in the late in the fight, I believe. Anyway, I've said enough. I tried to convince you of the wisdom of my words. What can I do? What can I